Hi guys, so I've been told off about my long intro, so I'm just going to get straight into it. No going on and on, but I do want to thank all of my subscribers because I do appreciate you taking time to watch my videos and to leave your comments. So what I want to talk about in this video is 5 relationship games where you end up losing. So many people go into relationships and then when things start to go wrong or when there's an issue, rather than them, responding adult to adult by communicating, this is what the issue is, I'm not feeling this relationship anymore, I want to leave, or whatever you need to say, they get into this habit of playing games. And when you start playing games in your relationship, you're just going to end up losing, and this is why I'm going to tell you now. The first one, and this is a game that people play a lot, is ignoring your partner. So when you're in a relationship and someone does something wrong, for me, and I've experienced this myself, I hate when someone just ignores you and then they'll go into a mood and then they'll say things like, you should know why I'm angry, you should know why I'm upset, I'm not going to tell them. And it's quite immature to do that, but also you end up losing, because think about it, if you're ignoring someone for days on end, how do you think that's going to make them feel? They're going to get to a point where they've either had enough and they say, do you know what, I'm sick of this person always ignoring. They're not mature enough to come and tell me what they think, so therefore I'm going to end the relationship. Or they might just say, do you know what, they can carry on ignoring me, I'm going to do the same. So you have to think, what is your purpose, what is your intention? If you want a loving, fulfilling, mature relationship, then you should try to communicate what's going on with you. The second one comes under communication again, and that is being defensive. Nobody likes receiving criticism, or most people don't. I don't like it, but the type of person I am is that when I get criticism, I might not like it at the time, I might get upset, but I'll later on reflect and think, what was that person trying to tell me? What can I learn from it? And also you have to think, if you're in a good relationship, the person who is telling you something wants to let you know because they care about you enough to say something. If someone doesn't care, they're not going to give you any feedback, because they're going to feel indifferent towards you. So always use feedback as a way of learning. You don't need to be defensive. You don't need to say, well, I'm not listening to this because it's your fault and you're to blame, and why are you telling me this, you got, or doing all the next stuff, why are you telling me anything and all this stuff. Being defensive, you end up losing, because you could learn something from what the person is trying to tell you, but because of your defensiveness, you're not willing to hear it. The third one, and this is one that comes up a lot, and I've talked about this on my, I did a live stream this morning about this. It's saying things to someone to hurt them, and then you don't mean it, so you end up regretting it later. We all know when we're in the heat of the moment, we may say things we don't mean, but we have to take responsibility and accountability for our words. You can't expect to say something really, really awful to someone, like, you're rubbish in bed. I'm only with you because I couldn't get with your friend. You're such a boring person, you're this, you're that. You can't expect to say these things and then expect the person to just forget it. The next time they're then in a relationship with you and they're intimate with you or whatever's going on, they're going to remember what you've said to them. And I remember years ago when I was seeing the reality TV programme with Peter Andre and Katie Price, how he spoke to her about her body, and he knew she was a glamour model, but he would say things like, you love attention from men, you're only interested in showing your boobs, or that sort of thing. And what you have to remember is that's your wife. So if you were going to be disrespectful to her, then she's going to remember those things. So, I called it that they were going to split up because they were going below the belt. So just remember, is it worth it? Is it worth stepping that boundary and going below the belt? Sometimes it's better to walk away or say, do you know what? I know I'm going to say something I'm going to regret, so I'm not going to say it. The fourth one is pretending you don't care. Too many people are throwing out ultimatums. I don't care if you go and cheat. I'll cheat anyway. It won't bother me. I don't care if you don't love me. I don't care if we don't get married. I don't care if you want to live here anymore. You can leave, your bags are packed. When you're in that moment and you're feeling all powerful and you're being all, dropping these ultimatums, you're going to lose if you don't really mean it. If you really mean what you say, then you should face to face, adult to adult, say to this person, I don't think this relationship is worth it, working. let's think of a plan of how we're going to separate. You know, be an adult, but not like your bags are packed, go, then I don't care, you're not good enough anyway, I never loved you in the first place. What happens when you say those things in anger is you end up regretting them later, and when you're trying to beg that person to come back, they're no longer interested because you've said it, you've hurt them too much. And the fifth one is a fear of being vulnerable in your relationship. Now, I don't get this one myself. I do recognise that if someone's been hurt in the past, they might not want to say to someone, I love you, I care about you. They might not want to open up in front of their partner. But if you can't be vulnerable with your partner, who can you be vulnerable with? You just have to work on this fear of things going wrong, this fear of being hurt, this fear of, I can't cry in front of my partner, they're going to see me as weak. I had a friend once who was just like that. She couldn't be herself, she had to put on this front. And the point is, if you're going to be like that in a relationship, why be in a relationship in the first place? You know, just learn to be vulnerable, and then the more you will connect with that person, they will see different sides of you. And that's the whole point of a loving relationship. You want to show that person different sides of who you are. So I hope you found this video useful. Please feel free to like, to leave your comments and to share. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.